Welcome back, my friends and fellow gamers. I'm Wrath, and we're back for episode 4 of season 2 of my Return to Hellion series. And a little bit of an update. I went and relogged, and it turns out that actually all of the parts are still here. The ammo. Pardon me. I apparently tripped over the ammo at some point walking around, and I realized, wait a minute, maybe the stuff's just not spawning correctly. So I logged and came back in, and now all of the stuff is back. All of the med packs are back. I went ahead and refilled my tanks, refilled all of my handhelds here. So, and then I filled up to the best of my ability one of the torches, but the other one is still completely empty because we wasted all of that welding material, that welding fuel. So we're gonna... Is there something around here that I'm tripping on? What am I running into? Is there like a part down here? Just sounds like I'm running into stuff. Is there anything down here? No, okay. Alright, well that was a bit of a weight off my shoulders. Kind of terrified me that somebody had raided my base. Oh yeah, we're gonna offload a bunch of these. I emptied them out, so they're pretty much worthless right now. But having them emptied out means that I can fill them up later. Let's close that. Don't like that being open. All right, so we're good to go. So the next part is of those things we checked out BOR Orthos 1 and Orthos 2. Both of them, the panels that we would use for cleaning up the relay are smashed. So they're pretty much worthless to us. So the only thing left is that ALP007. So we're going to go ahead and depressurize here and slap on our helmet. Now, because that little glitch, even though it was just a glitch, has made me a little bit paranoid about our orbit, I am going to adjust our orbit. This again? Okay. So the game's being weird again. It keeps forgetting that I have a jetpack on that first step out of the station. So I just end up drifting around, which is really annoying. Okay. No. Close the outer door, pressurize. Alright. Shut that door. Let's go ahead and offload some of this equipment here. So one up there. Two up there. Those are both empty. And then that's perfect. Alright, so first order of business is I want to adjust my orbit. Now, I know that there's the shipyard and stuff over here and over there. We're going to be coming back to those shortly. But first, I want to adjust my orbit, because there's broken marble. Let's do a scan. Okay. Actually, no, my orbit should be good. Nobody's going to find me up here. So that was just paranoia on my part. That's the Korthos ruins. That's the other one. So let's go here. That's the asteroid. So let's, because my paranoia is unfounded, let's go ahead and cut loose. Alright, so we're drifting ourselves up and away and to the side. Just make sure there's our station. Okay, so warp targets. That's our target. And ready. So the other two were complete bust. So this one's our last hope for any progress on this mission. If you want to save yourself some time, if you don't need resources or whatever, just go straight to the ALP 007, because that's what progresses things along. It's very annoying. Yeah, you always have to be worried about somebody raiding you in this game. Until you get a security system, at which point you can start sealing up the doors and stuff, and at least feel secure that you've locked the doors. But that's still not a guarantee, because obviously somebody with hacking tools can break into your base. But once you've got a security system, adding turrets to wipe out anybody that decides to come call into your base is always a useful tool. So kind of like in our last one, we want a command module, we want a fabrication module, we want a cargo bay module, and then we need our habitat here, as well as possibly a power module, the airlock that we have. And what else? Maybe a crew module. So you can get the basics pretty easily with just a few parts. But that core central piece is always going to be the what the hell? Oh, we're off target by a considerable margin. Okay. How did we miss by so much? was weird. So when we're not towing parts, the nice thing here is that we can jump pretty easily. So that at least saves us a lot of problems. We can go for pretty long jumps without any fuel requirements or concerns. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. Alrighty, and there's the relay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this station. Now, the collision models for the station, for these asteroids, has gotten a little buggy, for my opinion. But we should be able to get pretty close here. So let's see here. Alright, that should be enough. Let's go ahead and match velocities. Lock her down. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that we are completely bereft of weaponry. And this is very, very concerning because we are in areas that we know other people are going to be doing, at least at some point during their playthrough. So we are vulnerable to coming under somebody else's attention. And that can be a little bit worrisome if they are not friendly and they do have a weapon. They could very easily end us. Alright, so at first you're going to look at this and you're going to go, well, it doesn't work. But what you're looking for is this.
Burned after 6 minutes. I'm just horrible at this. I should have taken that engineering course. Okay, let me see if I can fix this. Fried coupling and a blown amplifier. Well, okay, it's not that bad. But I think I'll have to make another salvage run through Betty's scrapyard. Note to self. Find spare warp cells before you end up stranded again. You got lucky last time.
Alright, so basically that's an admonishment to make sure that you're watching your fuel. And it's telling you where to go next for the parts that you need storyline-wise, which are not regular parts that you would normally find and or collect. So there's no way for you to have collected them ahead of time, ahead of the mission. Which is a little sad. Oops. Helmet up. Shut the door. Again, closing doors behind you is really good. It's a good practice to be in because you never know, like, you could be flying in here and go through a storm of materials or whatever and suddenly have something crack the window. And that, because I've had that happen, like, I went through some of the debris fields and something hit the window and ruptured the the atmosphere, and I had to close my helmet and repair it with just what I had on hand. So that was really kind of freaky, but also really cool. All right, so I think this is the Bether thing that she was talking about, the Bether Junkyard. Okay, so we'll warp to that. Okay. 13 seconds. And, ooh, locked on. There we go. As you get better at setting up your warps, you can do those really short lineup times because you're cognizant of how long it's going to take you to align and get out. So it's really exciting, honestly, to be back in this game. The new content is really, really interesting. The way that you have to go about finding modules and stuff, it's not so clear cut anymore, and so you have to really start looking for things and sort of cutting apart stations and little clusters of parts. One of the things we do need is we're going to need to see about mining, because obviously mining is going to be an important process for us. If we can't, if we're gonna try and survive, we're going to need to be able to mine. We're also going to need to look at getting the materials we need to get away from Bether, because we may have to, instead of going towards Bether, we may have to set up a different arrangement and just basically drag ourselves to a new location. I think you can drag up to 3 components with you, so maybe get a command module and the airlock and whatnot that we need, and then do all of the hard work and relocate everything, and then try to make ourselves safe from there. Whoa, lots of stuff here. Okay, so that's the station directly in front of us, Bether Junkyard. But within range, there are a variety of other objects. Habitat, power, life support. So we're going to go to the junkyard first, because that's where it told us to go. Okay. I already did that part. Whoa, 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 whoa. Way too much speed here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I know we're moving off target. Let's realign on this thing. All right, there we go. 20 meters a second. there's another ship around here. I saw it on the long-range scan. So we do have to be a little bit careful. But I only think there's one other person on right now. So we might be in good luck. Let's give ourselves a little bit of run-up room here. Okay, let's match and then reposition. Now these named structures don't generally go away, and I don't think that you can pull them apart either. But all of those other clusters that we saw, we can actually go and pull those apart and maybe get something for ourselves. Okay, match, bring her up a little bit. Let's see how close we can snuggle this in. Now the fact that this side isn't open is kind of a good sign. Okay. That means that not a lot of people may have been here yet, because this server's got a rather small population. And oh, ouch! A little bit of rough of a hit. Match to you. She's rotating though. That's not good. Just a little bit too close. Alright, she should auto-correct here soon. Alright, and match. No, she's still rotating. Come on. Fire your jets. Steady this thing off. Alright, that's good enough for me. Now that I totally borked the thing up. Alright, keep our ship locked up. Check our supply on hand. 1 and 2, and let's put some of these away. Let's leave that one. Drop those 2. Take 2 just in case. Okay, and we're good. So one of the things I want to do is see if I can find a pistol here. Okay. Alright, so we kind of scratched the paint. Alright, since the door is closed, that means nobody may have gone into this side here, which would be very useful for us, because it would mean that we can get down on this side and get whatever we need. Okay. There's another fire extinguisher. We're not going to bother with that. There we go. There's a pistol. No ammo, but it's a pistol. Oh! Speak of the devil, and you shall have it. Okay. So that gives us what we need there. Let's see here. No containers. So we're going to look for containers. We're going to look for a couple of other things. For some reason, it didn't check us off on searching that that component. That ALP 007. Okay, we'll take the other pistol as well. Let's move that into our tools. Put the other pistol on our other leg. You are oxygen only, so we'll take that because we can use that. That'll help us offset our time in service here. Check and see if there's anything in the tubing. Doesn't look like it. We should have some gravity here. Yep, okay. Look for any parts that may be laying around. There is another pistol there. Another fire extinguisher there. 63%, it's nothing to sneeze at, but also not really worth anything. No controls on that. Okay. There is a pack. Hacking tools. Take those. Because that will help us get into anybody else's base if we need to. Doesn't look like... Let's turn our light on here. Well, it's another rapier. But I have two of those, so I'm not really needing or wanting any more. Okay, one of the cargo bays has a lot of materials, so what have you got? That has hydrogen in it, so we're going to take that. We can use that to grab more of the raw materials that are here. Okay, there's a helmet there. We don't really need that just yet. Go ahead and open the door here. This is completely open to space, or at least one side of it is. Oh, no, it's closed on both sides. So this may not have been rated at all yet. Any warp drive parts? Nope. Nothing there. Anything down there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. No parts there. Okay, so nothing in any of those, but another container there, another thing of hydrogen. And what are you? You have got nitrates. So let's do this. Let's drop the pistol somewhere. Take that one. Because one pistol's good for a start, so let's go ahead and see. Okay, this is the one that has... Oh, they both have resources. Okay, so let's move all of the... No. Move all of the resources up here. Come on. Alright, so attachment point. Start with this container here. That's a raw container. And has nitrates in it, so let's unload it. And let's see what the raw materials are. Let's see here. We can do... I think the nitrates is going to be our best bet. So we'll take that guy. This is refined. So we will unload him. That was hydrogen. So we will instead fill this one up with nitrogen. Take that back. Grab this one, which also, I believe, has hydrogen in it. Yep. And we will refill that one completely. So that gives us a good loadout of hydrogen. Gonna drop that one. Put this guy on there. Refill. Good to go. Dang it. Okay. Running into that same problem as always. Alright, so shit. There's a collision issue here where it can't see that I should be able to interact with this item because of where I dropped it. So it doesn't... Yeah, see, it won't let me pick that back up. So that's 100 hydrogen just out in the woods. That'll cause somebody some frustration. So they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, I'll pick that up, and they won't be able to. Now, chances of us finding any parts here are pretty low, but we're going to take the chance. We are watching our time as best we can. Okay, we can... let's put this in over here. We'll come back to it in a second. Okay. Take another one of these guys. Again, having a second fully fueled hydrogen tool. Well, it detects that it's there. Just won't let you do anything with it. That is dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Well, I'll take it. It's good enough for me. There we go. Okay. Take all the nitrates and the regolith, and let's do a little bit of ice too. And there, that's done. Alrighty. Alright. So last order of business is to look for any additional parts perhaps on this side. See if there's anything else we want to take out of here. But then we have to go do the walk back to the place that we already visited that I thought we had triggered the end of the mission, but we clearly hadn't. So helmet, no cans. Okay. Not sure what to make of all of that, but we'll go ahead and get ourselves out of here. And back to the ship. And again, so I'm taking a look around real quick. Now I think these places respawn a little bit of resources, but not a lot. So it's important for us to try to take the time to get everything squared away. Lights off because we do not have a lot of battery. Okay. Let that go. Close the door and repressurize. Alright. See where we are for time. Okay. We got about 2 minutes left on our timer. So that will be the end of this one. We're going to have to go back to that station, as I said, because obviously something didn't work out. The triggering that voice log was supposed to finish the mission, but for whatever reason it didn't. So we will touch back on that on the next episode. I sincerely hope that you are enjoying watching me play this game and that you are interested in this game. It's personally a game that I've come to love quite a bit for the amount of unflinching sort of design ethics, I would say. And that sounds weird for me to say it, but it's basically like people have been like, oh, you should add planets and you should add, you should add going down to the surface and all these other things, and the developers have said, no, it's not that kind of game. And I really like that, because too many developers, when they get into early access, they then start acting like they're being controlled by the mob instead of having their own clear-cut vision for the game. And it is really refreshing to me to see a developer who can just look at their customers and say, that's a very nice idea, but that's not the game that we're making. And I'm totally cool with that, because that is, to my mind, just a great way of doing things. Okay. Let's see if we can hit this one. This is going to be close, though. Holy smokes, that's close. We're going to be passing super close to that planet. I think we might hit the atmosphere. In which case, it was fun while it lasted. I think we're going to go a little bit long on this one while we try to get all the way squared away on this. As you can kind of see it through there. That's getting awfully big. Like, this is a really, really close pass. Oh, Bether, how frightening you are. can see us gliding right past it. Ooh, terrifying. We can look on the map and see, yeah, we're in an unstable orbit right now. Focus on our ship. Basically what we need is we need to go to this place, trigger the audio logs, and that should basically get it to say, oh, we need to go get some parts, and then we can go back to Bether Station and it will, or Bether Junkyard, and it will point out the parts that we need. And then we go collect those. They don't actually take up any inventory space. They're purely sort of story mode, as it were. Okay, and on target. Okay. There's the thing. Let's go ahead and get this done here. I'm kind of tired of this. What the hell did I just hit? See, that right there is annoying. Supposedly I just hit something, but there's nothing around me. And now my ship is damaged from an invisible... frickin' invisible... stupid thing. That's really frustrating. I'm gonna have to go do repairs. Okay, and open the outer door. Okay, so check the terminal. Alright, so usually hitting this triggers it.
Burned after 6 minutes. I'm just horrible at this. I should have taken that engineering course. Okay, let me see if I can fix this. Fried coupling and a blown amplifier. Well, okay, it's not that bad. But I think I'll have to make another salvage run through Betty's scrapyard. Note to self. Find spare rope cells before you end up stranded again. You got lucky last time.
Okay. So now it should hold this one done, but it's not. So I think we're going to have another relog event here. So these are the parts that you have to fix. But for whatever reason, this isn't working. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it is jammed up here. So we're gonna log real quick. Okay, so now it says play the log.
Burned after 6 minutes. I'm just horrible at this. I should have taken that engineering course. Okay, let me see if I can fix this. Fried coupling and a blown amplifier. Well, okay, it's not that bad. But I think I'll have to make another salvage run through Betty's scrapyard. Note to self. Find spare rope cells before you end up stranded again. You got lucky last time.
Oh, and look at that. My ship crashed. So all that stuff that we collected, gone. Not surprised. But that's okay. We can still make good with our station here. That was a bit of an annoyance. I'm a little bit annoyed because that's parts and stuff that are lost. Parts, resources, all of that. So in the end, that's going to be the end of our time. Again, if you're liking the series, again, this is a early access game. I am no longer playing on the special testers builds. I am playing on the normal builds available to anybody that is playing in the normal early access. So if you'd like to play with me and join me on my quest for everlasting stupidity, or whatever, hit me up and I'll be happy to invite you over to my station so you can make a mess. Until next time, I'm Wrath, and I will catch you on the flip side.